Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? I have already finished the game of Borderlands, so we're only just leveling up and getting loot. So if you do not want to watch, I can understand that, but I was trying to make sure you guys don't have any spoilers or anything like that. So finish the game, so you really can't see any story spoilers and stuff like that. So just with that being said, I hope you enjoy, or if you're not watching, thank you for even clicking on. But, my anime people, my lord, did you see this episode of Cheat? This is what he needed to show off and, quickly, because people are just not really not on board with this show, and I can understand why. Like, it was really weird. Not only is it weird, a lot of things didn't really come like quickly as these types of shows usually are, but like I was saying, every single part of this show seemingly has these backlashes, right? They have these back and forth where it's give or take, and that give and take is, if you do something good for people, they'll remember you for it. If you do something bad, they'll remember you for it. And all this stuff has been building up over time and showing us, yes, that is literally how it goes. And that is what I enjoy the most about seeing these characters being in these, hugely tough situations. But not only is it tough, they somehow find a way around it, right? They find a way to better themselves in those situations. And once they do, it's really, really fun to watch the difference of their demeanor, right? Like, they're completely different people all of a sudden because of how they start to rise. And this kid jumping in front first and, trying to pretty much not only just talk someone into, backing down and going for a peaceful, way out of all of this, but literally doing it to a king. Like, you're talking to a man who owns countries, bro. Like, he owns so much, and you're just kind of belittling him and being like, hey, back down or you die. So it's one thing to do it like that. It's another thing for the king to actually do it. But now that he's seen what is truly going on, his soldiers literally rising up and not even recognizing him or caring to recognize him and literally trying to take him out, that in itself is enough to raise eyebrows, right? Or it should be enough for him to raise like an eyebrow, be like, oh my gosh, these guys really want me dead. Like, that's not good. So if that is the case, we are left to see where this will stem from, right? Like, where does this then take our guy who didn't want any of that, trouble, now all of a sudden turning into somebody who would go out of his way to pretty much end you, like, he'll go out of his way to put up a fight. Even though everything is not going well, he'll still go against you for some reason. This is the type of people I feel like we're meeting, and it sucks and it's funny because this is just how people are. Like he was saying, some things you have to sacrifice, and even if they call me a fool for it, that's what happens. Like, I'm gonna accept it. And that's the weird, just overall notion that we've gotten from this show, that a lot of these things that start adding up really, really do hold heavy prices, or things people say, they usually live up to their word, right? Like, they're not afraid to go on to what they've said. And that's another brilliant part of the show, and why I kind of appreciate a lot of things we've been getting recently from it. Is there's not a lot of shows that take this genre to heart, and then once the genre is being taken so seriously, then go to show us, hey, we're going full steam ahead with it, right? And we're allowing this world to be a world, not just something that's, oh my, ooh, laugh loud, like nothing like that. And that's what I love about it. That's what I truly find myself looking for more of. We were looking for this weird, like, little Easter egg fight where it's like One Punch Man. This should be down here or something, but I can't remember where the heck he's at for the life of us. So we'll see if I ever get to it in this video. But let's go back to the battlefield now, where our main girl Reen is fighting someone who she probably just made friends with at the end of the day, maybe, because, or not friends, but more like rivals in battle if they ever have to contest with each other or work for different sides again. But man, they were definitely, or this Amazon girl was definitely going for blood. And it just kind of shows you what kind of position our characters are in when they can, react the way that they do without necessarily taking life or going as far as needing to take life, in the grand scheme of like, hey, we can literally, oh, my buddy's dead. His pet just died. That's how ridiculous this is. He's level 50, but he's by himself. I can't do much, but I thought you guys would like to see that there is very, very high potential in Borderlands to be ridiculous, and that there's going to be a lot of stuff dropping, so you should check it out. But yeah, I love what we've gotten so far. The only problem is, where does a lot of this stuff kind of end? Like, where is the end all be all of some of this stuff? Because from what we can tell is, we know everybody is in a way either changing the way that they see things, or they are running up out of the different types of, they run out of different types of whatchamacallit, different types of ways of taking on these fights without taking life. But now that we've seen that it doesn't even matter if you take life or not, you still wind up losing some of your sanity in war, regardless of what you do and what you believe you're doing. You'll still wind up doing something you didn't really want to in war, But now that she's fighting against these dead corpses, I think we might see her kind of embarrass the other girl when it comes down to how much she can attack. Even though she's injured, even though she's been in a epic fight with her, she's still going to be able to probably protect her during this battle, which maybe they'll protect each other and kind of even it out. But above all else, this was really fun to watch. Holy crap, not only was it fun to watch, we got to see quite a bit of nuance with our characters being so straightforward, in the case of, we are going to show you just what war can do to anybody, right? Like, what war really is at its base of it all. And once you see it, what do you then believe war to be and stuff like that? They could have went there, but they didn't have to. It was already really implied for me. So I do like the fact that we're seeing all of these types of storylines meet, like, heading to a head, so we'll see what happens. I think we only got one more episode. We'll see if there's a to be continued teaser at the end of it, and I'll let you know if there is next week. But with all that being said, thank you so much for the support, everybody. You guys have been amazing. Not only have you not really been mad at me for the upload time and all that stuff, but you've also just gone to show that regardless of what I'm doing, you guys are going to tell me how you truly feel, or you might talk trash because you don't like my videos. It's fine. And I appreciate every moment of it, because if you have the time to put out to talk trash to me or any of that stuff, I welcome everybody, and trying to make them maybe understand what I'm trying to push forward in my community. I want anybody to be able to talk and do whatever they want. It's just, we should be able to share our feelings without really being so negative towards each other. We should be able to say something that you know actually makes us want to come back and learn more, and once we do that, it will be this community will be what I wanted it to always be, right? Like, I want it to seem like you can say whatever you want and be like whatever you want, but if you can't even do that around here, then I failed, so that's the whole thing. And here's the One Punch Man, I got him. Oh, nice. But with all that being said, have an awesome day, night, evening. Let me know what you guys are feeling in any videos, and I'll gladly talk back if you're being, straightforward with me and really want to talk and stuff like that. I would love to hear from you, and just, yeah, honestly, let me know how you're feeling about stuff. So with all that being said, peace.